guys, it's Sabrina, and today we're going to be choosing the books for my March TBR. It's going to go like it always goes. I've got my trusty TBR prompt jar. We're going to choose 10 prompts and choose 10 corresponding books. Pretty simple. Let's get into it. Okay, first prompt. Okay, I like this one. A book you bought recently. This one's really fun because I did buy a bunch of books right before the year ended, so I get to choose one of those. Let's see. Okay, so I've narrowed it down to 2 books. The first is Bel Canto by Ann Patchett, and the second is Little Eyes by Samantha Schweblin. 2 very different books. From what I understand, Bel Canto, or Canto, I don't know how to say it, takes place during like a hostage situation. And Little Eyes is like this dystopian, like sci-fi kind of book about these little toys the kids like, but there's a person on the other end of them like watching you through the toy, and they can move through your house and stuff. So they all sound like a lot of fun. Clearly. It's a really hard choice between them because I want to read both of these pretty bad, but I think Little Eyes is drawing my attention a bit more. I think it might just be because I like the cover so much. It's also a translated book, if I'm correct. I've been wanting to read more translated books this year, so I think I'm going to go with Little Eyes. This is book number 1. I'll put it right here. Right here. Beautiful. Okay, let's get a second prompt going. Mixing it up. Oh, this one's nice. This is fun. A cover with flowers. Now, I feel like that shouldn't be too hard to pull off because I feel like there has to be so many covers with flowers, but it does require me to like dig through my bookshelf and check all these covers, so this is going to take me a second. That proved to be a lot harder than I thought it would be. I only found 2 books that fit the prompt. The first is Possession by A.S. Byatt. This is the winner of the Booker Prize. I have no idea what this is about. I know it's like a romance. It's supposed to be like twisted, I think, maybe. The back says it's at once an intellectual mystery and a triumphant love story. It is the tale of a pair of young scholars researching the lives of 2 Victorian poets. As they uncover their letters, journals, and poems, and track their movements from London to Yorkshire, from spiritualist seances to the fairy-haunted far west of Brittany, what emerges an extraordinary counterpoint of passion and ideas. That tells me nothing, basically. It tells me a little bit, but not a lot. The other book I have is Rouge by Mona Awad. This is like a horror novel about the beauty industry. This one technically only has 1 flower on it, and the prompt did say flowers. But given I had such a hard time, I'm going to count it. Out of the 2 of these, I bought this one like a very, very, very long time ago. I've kept it on my shelf because I'm intrigued by the fact that it's a winner of the Booker Prize, and also because I tend not to get rid of books unless I've read them. But this is to me like a literary romance in my head, and this is horror. So 2 very different books. Rouge I bought more recently. I really loved Bunny by Mona Awad, and I really, really want to read this one. But something almost tells me I should put Possession on the TBR because it's been on my TBR for longer. So I gotta think for a second. And it's also just like, I don't know how the rest of the TBR is gonna go. Like, am I gonna be picking up a lot of books that I'm not enthused about? Then I should go with Rouge. But if I'm gonna be picking up other books that I'm excited about, then I should go with Possession to mix it up a little bit. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I think I'm gonna go with Possession. Just cause, like, I've never put this on a TBR ever. And I've had it on my shelf for years, and maybe it's time to shine, you know? Maybe I'll love it. I kind of don't like that it's a romance, but I also probably won't put any other romances on the list just because I don't like that it's a romance. I'm not a big romance reader, so this will go on the list, and we'll see how that turns out. Okay, time for the third prompt. Ooh, a purple one. The colors mean nothing, but I get excited whenever I pick a purple one. Okay, I think this one's gonna be hard. A cover with something celestial, what does it say? Something celestial on the cover or in the title. There you go, if you can read that. I don't think you can. Something celestial. Okay, so I found 2 books, but one of them I want to save for a video, and I don't want to film that video this month because I don't have all the books I need for it. So it's going to be The Sparrow by Mary Doria Russell. This is a sci-fi novel. It's first contact with aliens, but it has a lot to do with religion, which is why I ended up picking it up a while ago. I just thought that the religion aspect would be really interesting, and that's all I know. So this is going to be the second sci-fi on the list. I'm going to have a sci-fi month, apparently. We'll see what else gets on here. Okay, prompt 4. We're getting some books on here that, like, I wouldn't have expected I'd be reading so soon. Oh, okay. This one got stuck on my thumb. So we'll go for this one, and then we'll go for the one I actually picked. Okay. This one's cool. Cool. I don't know why I said it like that. An NYRB book. Oh, there's a hair on it. That's lovely. Okay, so NYRB stands for New York Review Books. It's a publisher that I will really want to get into. So they're all right here. And I have a couple I want to read, to be honest. But let's talk about 3. So the first one on the list is Stoner by John Williams. I have no idea what this book is about, but I've heard a lot of people praising it. I've never heard them say what the book is actually about, though. I'm expecting it to be about the story of a man, and that's all I've really got for you. So that's my little synopsis of this one, but it has, like, the street cred, you know? Like, it has a lot of people talking about it, and that makes me want to pick it up. Next one we have is Ariane, a Russian Girl by Claude Anet. This is a translated work. It follows a 17-year-old who's a queen bee of the provincial Russian town where she lives with her free-thinking aunt, but she's tired of breaking hearts in the sticks. She wants to go to the university in Moscow, and she'll do whatever it takes to make her way the way she likes. I don't know what it is about this one that intrigues me, but something intrigues me. And then this one just seems so weird that I might have to pick it up. It is Marjorie Kemp by Robert Gluck. This book, I can never, like, describe it without reading the back, so I apologize. But it follows 2 stories. Well, it tells 2 stories of romantic obsession. The first is the medieval book of Marjorie Kemp. It's about a 15th century woman and her love affair with Jesus. That's why this is on my TBR. And the other is about the author's own love for an alluring and elusive young American. It is complicated. I want to read this because I want to read about the woman who's in love with Jesus. I think that sounds amazing. So if I'm being honest, I think it's really between these 2. Stoner, just because I hear so much about it, and then Marjorie Kemp because it just sounds so weird. And if those are the 2 that I'm going between, I'm thinking I'm going to end up with Marjorie Kemp. Something about this is intriguing me a lot. I really want it to be super weird. The only thing that kind of makes me hesitate is that, again, it's like the love story, which really isn't my thing. And I already have Possession on this list, but let's just make it a weird TBR for the month. Who cares? 2 sci-fi, 2 romances. But one is a romance with Jesus, so. Okay, and then the other one is the one I was actually picking up last time. And this one isn't bad at all. A memoir. I love a good memoir. Let's see what I have on my shelves. Again, I picked 2. 2 memoirs I have on my shelves I really want to read. First one is Memoirs of a Dutiful Doodle. Doodle. I can't talk at all. Memoirs of a Dutiful Daughter by Simone de Beauvoir. And the other is No Name in the Streets by Jane Baldwin. This I heard is his memoir, so I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, the back says a searing memoir. So, both 2 writers that I've loved before, that have an interest in their lives, but out of the 2 of them, I'm so interested in both. I really am. But I think I'm gonna go, I don't want to pick this one, because it's like the last James Baldwin I have on my shelves, and obviously I can go buy more, but I'm trying not to buy many books right now. But I think I'm gonna pick this one because it's James Baldwin, and I think he might be my favorite writer ever that has ever existed in the history of mankind. So, I think I gotta go with this one, even though I do really want to read this as well, but something's just calling to me, and it's James Baldwin. Okay, we were halfway there. That's 5 books so far. Let's pick our next prompt, and let it be a good one, please. Oh, I hate this one. I hate this one so much. A book with a prologue. I hate this one because I hate the ones that make me, like, open up a million different books in order to tell. Let's see if Belcanto has one, right? Because I wanted to read that one. Does this have a prologue? Oh, it has deckled pages, which makes it so hard just to get to the front. No prologue. Starts with chapter 1. Let's choose another book. Let's see. Piglet. Does Piglet have a prologue? Nope. Starts with part 1, goes right into a chapter. Damn it. Okay. Chlorine. Oh, I'm not even in focus. Chlorine, maybe? Oh, it's upside down. I have the covers on wrong. That's great. Nope, starts right with chapter 1. This is proving to be difficult. Let's try there. Prologue. Thank the Lord. Okay, this is also a book I really want to read. This is by a Native American author, and it follows a group of like 12 Native American people, I believe, and they are all coming together for this big powwow, and their stories kind of interconnect somehow. This one I'm very excited about, actually. I got this book for Christmas, and I've wanted to read it for years. I just never like picked it up, and it's finally in my possession, and I'm finally gonna read it. I'm gonna read it this month. Okay, that one was hard. Let's not get another hard one, because I like things that are easy. Okay. A book you DNF'd. It's a good prompt. I just don't want it. The thing about me is that I DNF books pretty frequently, but it's always a soft DNF. Like, I always intend to return to them. I never really put a book down and like, I'm never going to come back to this. I tend to always want to read the books I spend my money on. So let's take a look at the shelves. Ooh, actually, I think, let's get a nonfiction on here. I know which book I want to choose. Where are you? There you are. Braiding Wheatgrass. I've talked about this book before. It's about like indigenous wisdom and like nature and the beauty. I'm just going to read what it says on the front. Indigenous wisdom, scientific knowledge, and the teaching of plants. That makes it very cohesive. I was reading this book when I got dumped. I've never picked it up since. It's been years. I want to read this book so bad though. Sorry if the camera angle shifted. I feel like it's lower now. My memory card was full, so it stopped filming and I had to reset everything, but I think it's okay now. So let's just pick the 8th prompt. I have 3 more books to go. I hate this one. I hate it. I just hate ones where I have to pick up the books and like look through them, but that's half the fun, I guess. A book that ends on an even number of pages. So once again, we're going to go to Bel Canto. How many pages does this end on? Do we count the acknowledgements? I think we do. Well, there's an epilogue. 318, an even number. God has blessed me. It's because I chose the Marjorie Kemp book. Anyway, I talked about this book already. Hostage situation. It intrigues me. Let's go to another book. Prompt number 9. This would have worked perfectly for Bel Canto, too. A book with blue on the cover. Okay, so I picked up 2 books that I really want to read. The first is All's Well by Mona Awad. You can tell that I like this author. At least I liked her one book and I want to read everything she's ever written. I don't know much about this one. I think it follows like a theater teacher that's putting on a play by Shakespeare with her students, I think. I just want to read it because it's Mona Awad. The second one is The Berry Pickers. This book follows an indigenous community and I'm trying to remember just based off of the synopsis that I've read months and months ago. And there's like a little girl that's picking berries and goes missing. Out of the 2 of these, I certainly know more about the Berry Pickers than All Is Well. And I haven't heard much about either, to be honest. They both have blue on the cover very clearly. And just spur of the moment, I think I'm going to go with Berry Pickers. I think this is going to be it. I just love this cover, I think is the thing. This is a beautiful, beautiful cover. Whoever designed that should win an award. That's my judgment. Let's go with the Berry Pickers. Okay, this is it. This is our last book, our last prompt, and our last book to pick. Okay. Not mad. I'm not gonna be mad. A historical fiction book. Here's the thing. I like historical fiction. Don't have much of it on my TBR, though. Let's look. Okay, so for historical fiction, I found 2 books. The first is The Essex Serpent. I don't know what this is about. I tried picking it up once, and it didn't really catch my attention, but it has a beautiful cover, and that's made me want to read it. It takes place in London in 1893, so this is definitely historical fiction. And the other book is The God of Small Things. This This follows an Indian family in 1967, so I assume it takes place in India, but it might not. Neither of these books are at the top of my list, to be honest. This book I need to film a whole reading vlog with, but I do have the other books needed for that reading vlog, so part of me thinks maybe I'll just do that. Essex Serpent has a pretty cover, so I guess if I'm weighing both of those things, I should go with The God of Small Things. And hopefully this is going to be a beautiful novel, and hopefully I'm going to love it, so I'll put this on the TBR. Oh, another winner of the Booker Prize. That actually makes me want to pick it up more. So there we go. Here's a lovely little stack of books. Aren't they pretty? I love them. There we go. I'm going to set them down now. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what books you're planning on reading in March down below, and I'll see you soon with another video. Goodbye!